Okay, cool. Oh wait, let me go down here. Hi. Oh shit. Here we go. Hi, you guys. Damn it. What was my intro? What was my intro again? Oh, hi. My name is Adriana, also known as Black Girl Writing, and today we're gonna do a vlog. So, hello. Today is Monday, January the 9th. Monday, whoop, 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 the start of the week. I will say I broke the chain yesterday. I did not write at all or do anything particularly writing on Sunday. But I had a good reason. I had some, family stuff that I wanted to do with my husband and all that. So I was like, you know what, this Sunday, I let it slide. But the rest of this week, believe you me, I'm going to be Xing out those days of writing every single day. So, since it is the start of the week, there's a few things that I want to be able to tackle. I definitely want to get done with my remake or revision of chapter 1. Go right into chapter 2 because it'll be the same point of view with Zadia. And then, so have chapter 1 redone, happy with myself. Have that done. And then go into chapter 2. I need to get in contact with my academic advisor to see if I got into the MFA program. If y'all don't know, I've been trying. I submitted my work to go into the MFA program for my online schooling that I'm attending. But now that I think about it, if it doesn't work out, I'm not going to be too pissed because what I gave them was the best that I could do for the moment. Oh, my camera's falling. What the fuck? Okay, here we go. What I gave them for the application was the son of a bitch. If you don't stop moving, there we go. So, here we go. That's even better. So, what I gave them for the application was the best that I had for the moment, what Abriana could do. Now that I am working on imagery a little bit more, right? And I've been looking at different examples, and I know for damn sure I'm adding more imagery now to this remake of this chapter than I did in the submission. It's just, it is what it is. I hope I get into it. If not, just gotta change the goal on how my end goal is to become a traditionally published author, writer. I'm pretty sure the words are interchangeable, right? Aren't they? And if school isn't the route to do it, then maybe I feel like it's a lot of just self-educating, right? So it would have been a big hiccup, like $13,000 worth of a hiccup. But we're here for a good time, not a long time. So if that don't work out, then I have other options that I have going in the back of my head. Think positively, right? So yeah, that's just a goal that I want for writing. Let me go back. So my goal for writing for this week is to have 1 and 2 started. Damn, is it possible for me to have 2 chapters done a week? Because if I average about 2,000 words, I'm pretty sure that is doable, but I give myself, goals and stuff. And I don't always hit the mark, but that's okay. So those are my ambitions. A great ambition would be to have chapters 1 and 2 done. Also, fun thing, I got my laminator. It got shipped yesterday. I don't have it open, but it's in my living room. So I got my laminator that I'm gonna put I'm gonna print all my workout and stuff in and put it in my binder. I'm really excited for that. I actually want to get started with that this Saturday, or the weekend. It'll probably be a fun thing. I might actually video that, like me just doing that, because I imagine it's gonna be really fun. I get to geek out and do other artsy stuff. I be in my happy place, man, and my knees are fucking killing me right now. Oh god. So let me end this video. So that's what I'm gonna work on today is finishing chapter 1, starting chapter 2. And then hell, why not? Let's just try to finish chapter 2 this week as well. Hell, we got 5 days. Remember, our end of the month goal is to have 10 chapters done, right? So I'm still keeping that goal. So yeah, that's what's going on at the moment. I have a roast going in the back too. I actually need to undo that because that was on all night. So okay, bye. I'll see y'all later. Hey you guys, it's me. It is Tuesday, January 10th, so let me give y'all an update. If y'all cannot tell, I am really tired. I did not sleep at all. My morning right now is all off. It's 10 o'clock. I'm just getting to the facility. I forgot I didn't have no mask. I had to go to the store and pick up masks, and one of my staff got COVID, so now I had to deal with that this morning. I was just like, I'm so tired, and it's just 10. And I haven't seen any of my residents yet. I haven't made any of my hours, and I'm just like, damn, I'm tired. But let me give y'all an update, because that's why you're here. So, first things first. I did not make it into the MFA program, which I figured was a great possibility that wasn't going to happen. So I wasn't too surprised with that. I mean, it's still upsetting because you always have that little inkling of maybe it was so good, they see the potential, and then they just want to work with me. No, that's not how it works. And I didn't mind that. What I was able to do, I was able to get some of the critiques that they gave me. And so my brain has just been kind of wrapped around their suggestions. So first things first, they were like, you know, because I don't have a creative writing background, so that was one thing that was kind of needed for the program. But since I already had like some sort of a thesis, you know, writing started, that was, you know, the main submission, and they were basing it off of that. But then again, people who are in the MFA program, they've been working on their thesis or their paper or some type of publication for a while, and so they're just trying to get, you know, their master's in it and all that. So they have more knowledge than I do, which I completely get that. The second thing that they critiqued on, besides like the background, the other one was the grammar, and I was like, okay, I can get that. I'm not good at grammar. I'm not good at sentence structures. I don't know when things are supposed to be added to make the sentence work. So I know I need help with grammar. One other correction they gave was, or critique, you know, to help with the storytelling, was description. And then the other one was, I think imagery and description are the same thing. At least that's how my academic advisor was telling me, because he was just reading like the list, like, you know, this is what they suggest you work on. So if you want to do this or you want to go back, you know. And I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, cool. At least they told me what I needed to work on, because I knew I needed to work on stuff, but you know, what I don't know is what I don't know, and I just think I'm the best thing since sliced bread. Not true, but true. You know, I have the potential to be that, so I'm not worried about that. It's just I had no idea what level I was at now, but I knew I had to be pretty freaking low, because, you know, I never practiced, I never honed the craft, and now what I am doing now is I have to hone the craft. So yesterday I didn't write. One was because of work. I had to help some people out with some stuff, and then I had to do supervisions and stuff and all that. So I was pretty tired about that. And then once I talked to my academic advisor and I got the news about the MFA status, then I started to go into hyperdrive mode of, okay, what am I going to do next? You need to make your move now. And I noticed that is a problem I have. So the reason why I didn't do writing, and I didn't do much of anything once I was done with working, you know, helping my team and all that stuff, I got in the bathtub and I drank a nice little thing of wine. Why did I say it like that? I wanted to say H. I don't know why. I sat in the bathtub, got a nice thing of wine, and I just sat. One thing I noticed is I jump. Like, I made this video before, how I jump from things to things off of whim, off of my feelings. I'm very, like, emotional based thinking. That's how I jump and do the things that I think I need to do in the moment. I don't sit back and reflect. So I did that. Yesterday, I gave myself some time to just be upset about it, because, yeah, I wanted to get in and I didn't get in. So I have the right, you know, to feel down about it. I'm not going to say upset. Well, I can say upset. Yeah, like, I should acknowledge those feelings. One thing that I noticed about myself, and what I tell my residents, is to, you know, acknowledge the feelings that you have, even as trivial and petty as it may be. You still have to acknowledge it, or if not, it kind of just eats away at you slowly but surely, because it's going to be that nagging thought that's just going on in the back of your head. So I let myself be upset and be like, dang, I didn't get in. I suck. Like, my shit must have been trash. Like, I had the whole thing, right? And then once I learned what I needed to do work on, my logical brain was like, duh, Abriana, that makes sense. You're very passionate about what you do, but you haven't honed the skill. So obviously, logical brain starts to take over. So now it's really the what comes next game. And I was talking to my husband about that too. So my end goal is to become a traditionally published author. And then also the goal is to be able to make a living off of writing and doing stuff that I enjoy. And I also think why I wanted to pursue the MFA, because that gives you a teaching opportunity. And I'm like, you never know, I might want to be able to teach this, or at least have the option to be like, hey, I can teach this, you know, yada, yada, yada. I don't think it would be at a collegiate level, and that might have been my thing. Like, I was trying to do stuff at a master's collegiate level, and I should be at probably a bachelor's level, because I already have my BFA. But I was like, I can just go from my BFA to my MFA. But again, trained in two totally different things. Got my BFA in two totally different things. Creative writing wasn't it. Then I never honed the skill. So that makes sense. So I'm at this point where I'm giving myself a little bit grace to not think of what's happening next, but I kind of am. I don't want to feel stagnant with what I'm doing. I do know my goal, what I want to do, is to be able to publish a book. It'd be a very successful book, and then I'd be able to maintain, you know, a nice lifestyle off of publication. And I don't see anything wrong with that. I really want that. I want to be able to pursue this, to be able to become a published author and make a nice living. I don't need to be a multi-millionaire and getting Netflix deals, although that would be nice. Getting documentaries or stuff done about me, that would be nice. I would love to have that happen to me. And in fact, she scared the shit out of me. I'm sorry. I'm at my facility. Well, you don't know that, but I'm parked here. Anyway, and I noticed that about myself. When I look at other authors and I see that there are opportunities that they have, and I'm like, ooh, I would love to have that, because, you know, I got a little bit of a jealous spirit in me. It's just a little jealous, a little envious, but you know, a little jealousy is good. It's healthy, because I'm like, oh, I want that, and I know I can get that, because I know I can do that. I can do what they do just as good, if not better, and I can be successful off of it, right? And not to like toot your own horn, but you got to give yourself confidence, right? You got to give yourself confidence. So I've been working on my confidence and boosting myself up realistically. Like, I know I'm here. I'm like trash, okay? I know I need to work on my grammar, my description. And I think one thing was like storytelling. And one thing that I did notice from rewriting this first chapter to what I submitted, I'm adding more history to make it feel so you know about the world more. And I'm pretty sure that was one of the critiques as well. The storytelling, like the 8, I think it was 12 pages when I added a little bit more. I felt it was good. I felt it was amazing and good for what I could do at the moment. But I know I need to advance that. So now the question that I'm asking myself is, how do I do that? How am I about to work on my grammar, my storytelling, my description, all that? I'm going to tell you how. I was thinking of taking a creative writing class. That was the next logical step for me to do. The only problem is the creative writing classes that I have seen on the line are just another university, and I don't want that. It's like, get your BFA in creative writing. I'm like, no. I just want to take a creative writing class, period. Pay about, I don't know, $200-$300 for an 8-week course or something like that. Preferably, I would love to do it in person, but you know, I work. The other options that I looked at online, their scheduled times for their online classes were like from 1 to 4. I was like, 1 to 4? Y'all bitches not working? I mean, for people who teach that shit, okay, of course, they're available from 1 to 4. But I'm like, I work a 9 to 5. Like, I technically cannot do that. So I am feeling limited right now in what I can do, but I only just started looking for, you know, different options, different creative writing courses online yesterday. Again, I wanted to step back because I was a little butthurt. I was a little in my fifis a little bit, and I was like, okay, just step back from it because you're gonna obsess about it. So now there's been, you know, a full night that I did not sleep because I was too restless and I couldn't sleep. But now I'm giving myself permission to overthink and obsess about it. So yeah, I'm just trying to think what would be the next steps for me. And I just said I want to take classes, but it's just, you know what I think I'm gonna do? And I was thinking about it when I was taking the shower this morning. I was thinking about doing a lot of self-educating by just reading a whole bunch of shit. My problem is sometimes, and it's not my problem, I just put this on myself, sometimes I feel like when I read things, I don't necessarily understand it or process it the way it's intended to be said or processed, if that makes sense. My overthink will come in, and then sometimes I would just underthink stuff, and I'll be like, oh, that was the meaning of that shit. That's what I was supposed to get from that article. Totally went over my head. Totally went over that. So I think this month I'm gonna have to do some reframing, definitely, and some not looking inside myself. I don't need to do that, but I know I need to figure out what's gonna work for me currently with work, currently with like just home life, having that work-life balance, being back in school, and then work. I already don't have a healthy work-life balance with the job I have, so then I added school onto that, so that didn't make it any better. And then now that I've not been in school for like the past 2 weeks, I've been the happiest fucking person. You wouldn't be able to tell, but I'm the happiest. I don't have like, I didn't have deadlines, I didn't have stuff or different articles that I had to read, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was more free and I was happy. Hold on, I got really thirsty. This gum really dries my mouth out. Anyway, yada yada yada. Damn it, that water really distracted me. What was I saying? Damn it. Oh yeah, so I'm just trying to find what will work for me. I'm more leaning towards the route of just self-educating myself, maybe trying to find some courses online, like actual online courses that aren't university classes, but just like, I remember I did sign language off of one website. I did like a semester of sign language, paid like 200 something bucks or whatever, or $200, and I taught myself the basics of sign language with my teacher and all that stuff. I forget what the fuck that website was, but it was really helpful. I didn't do my graduation exam. I don't know why I didn't do that, but anyway, that's beside the point. So that's what I'm trying to look at. So if you guys have any suggestions, please put them down below. If you know any, like, specifically either English classes. I don't want to do English classes, but fuck, I know I'm gonna have to get, you know what, I think I'm just gonna get Grammar for Dummies, because they just said work on your grammar. I was like, I can just get the book Grammar for Dummies. That might be able to help me. Damn, I'm gonna send my fucking card. Damn, bitch, you gonna pay for that shit? The fuck? Anyway, so yeah, if you have any suggestions, if you know of any courses that aren't university classes, but are actual, like, you know, it's an 8-week course where we go over grammar for adults. Hell, I'll take a kids class. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I would take a kids class for grammar. Like, I just need to know the basics. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't practice that shit every single day. I don't have to. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna end this right here. I don't know what I'm gonna work on tonight. I would love to be able to write, but I don't think I'm in the headspace to do that just yet, because my brain is just preoccupied with the what's next. What are you gonna do next, Abriana? Blah blah blah. Flash 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 in my head and all that shit. So I will update you guys tomorrow on what decision I have made, because I have to talk to my academic advisor tonight. So y'all will know tomorrow. Although I'm already 100% sure of what I think I'm going to do that is right for me in the current moment. So I will let y'all know. Okay, that's it. I'll see y'all tomorrow. For y'all. So it is Wednesday, January the 11th. I know that because I just got done journaling this morning and I remember putting the date. It's the 11th. So it is Wednesday, January 11th. And let me just give y'all a rundown on what is going on in my brain happening next after I talk to my academic advisor. So I am going to be on the path of self-learning for the next 90 days. I thought it out, and I really thought it out money-wise, and then like my personal self-wise, like I don't really want to go back to school. You know what I mean? I get home from work. I'm kind of free to do what I want for the most part. Not really free. Still have a very terrible work-life balance. I'm still talking to coworkers at 9 o'clock, still helping them. It's a terrible work-life balance. It is what it is at this point. But I still had the freedom to, when I was done with my case notes, I hopped in the shower and I watched a very nice Animal Planet documentary. Very surprised it came from Animal Planet because Animal Planet hasn't been like shit since like 2000. So it was a very nice documentary about Malika, the Lion Queen. It was really nice. It was the best 2 hours of my life because I was feeling really shitty. I had a really bad, it wasn't a bad day at work, but it wasn't a good day. Had a headache the whole day. Coronavirus back, or the ick, the 19 we call, is back in the facilities. Have all the fucking gear on. The face fucking hurts, head hurts. I was just like, I was kind of over it. So anyway, that was a tangent. Back to the self-learning. I will be doing that for the next 90 days into April when the next term comes about. I'm pretty set in stone with my final decision that I have to tell them in April, but I'm just going to be on the self-learning path. I got 2 books that I feel will help me that were suggestions from my advisor. The one was the only grammar book you'll ever need by somebody. I'll put a picture somewhere over here. And then I got this one. He said get a creative writing book, but I got creative writing for dummies. I was like, look, I need this shit simplified to its core. All right, so I got those 2 books, and I'm just gonna be teaching myself how to improve my grammar and just improve world building, character description, and all that stuff, because those are the critiques that I got. So I was like, fuck it, let me just work on this myself for this first quarter of the year, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, right? So the goal hasn't changed, just the plan has. So now we're going to be on this self-learning, self-improvement thing for the next 3 months, like a new kick. So that's really what's going to be going on. Did not write yesterday. I don't think I'm going to write this week. I'm not going to start anything until I get my books. That's for a fact. And I got them on Amazon, so they should be here like fucking tomorrow. I also got myself a new book bag. Don't tell my husband I wasn't supposed to get one. But I do this thing where I feel bad and I shop. But I got paid and I got a bonus for this year. So I was like, you can buy this new book bag. Even though you don't need it, you just want it for the aesthetic purposes. But it's okay. It's going to motivate me to go out and self-learn at Starbucks and the library and all this stuff. Because I can't do that shit here because nothing gets done when I'm at the house. So I have to go to the library. Where the fuck is our library? I don't even know where our library is. I don't even have a fucking library card. That's sad. Anyway. So yeah, I'm not thinking I'm going to to dive into any writing this week. What I plan on doing, or what I want to do sometime this week, I only got Thursday and Friday, because I'm going to close out the vlog, setting up a routine for myself. I was watching a lot of self-learning videos, how to, teach yourself things. I mean, people did it back in the day. They just taught themselves how to do shit. So I'm like, I can do that. I can do that. I don't necessarily need a teacher. I can just read it, understand it, and just apply what it says over and over and over and over and over again until it just becomes a habit. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my plan, but I know I need to get a little bit concrete. I think it's called Marianne Teachers or Marianne Writes. It's like, she's like a self-help one. Oh, I think it's Mariana. I don't know what's her name. Someone studies. She's very popular on YouTube. She says you have to come up with a knowledge base. So like where you start, where you want to be, and then tracking your middle progress to see, oh, I am actually making progress in what I am doing. I just don't think that I am, because the delusion is real. I'll be like, oh, I'm making so much progress, and then I'll get something back and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's not right. At least that's how I feel like it is in my head sometimes, you know. But yeah, so that is what's going to be happening, y'all. We are changing our plan. We are going to be self-learning this shit. We're going to be honing our craft. And now what I think is a good time for me to contact my alpha reader back, because I know she was an English teacher. So I could be like, can you just grade this shit for me, please? I will pay you. Just grade my work and just see if you see progress. I don't know, I might do that, you know. I got options. I'm just going through the brainstorming in my head. But I'm gonna get ready to go to work because I'm already late. It's already like 8:40, and I'm 45 minutes away from the facility. So I'm just gonna go. Yeah. Oh, I definitely forgot to close the dog gate. Nala, are you out? Yo. She's out. Okay. Ew. Yep. You have an eye booger. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. I feel like I look like a little whack-a-mole in this thing. I'm so fucking annoying, man. I'm like, what, Nala? Damn. You see Nala? Here she is. She says hi. Okay. Hey guys, it's me. It's Friday, January 13th. Friday the 13th. This is a very awkward day already. Oh gosh. But anyway, it is Friday, January the 13th. Recapping on what's been happening. So y'all know how at the start of this vlog I was like, I had these goals, like I want to try to get chapter 1 completely redone, start chapter 2. I have not written all week. It was just so funny. I was editing this video and I was just like, god damn, everything that I said that I wanted to do did not happen this week. So I did not do any writing. I did get my first of my 2 books from, you know, the recommendations from my academic advisors for my self-study. So I got the creative writing book, but my my only grammar book you'll ever need, that's the actual title, that got delayed to like I think today or tomorrow. So what I have been doing, I've been setting up a like study time or study self-learning session, like, you know, times for myself, like slotting it out and stuff like I was doing when I was in school and, you know, doing work and studying. So I've replaced my writing time from 7 to, or what was it, like 7 to 10 or whatever, 7 to 9. I'm doing 8 to 10, kind of like self-studying. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to really go through the whole entire fucking book of creative writing. I'm going to pick the parts that I know I need to work on. So I'm picking exercises with description, exercises with storytelling, like, you know, description and imagery, storytelling, and then once I get my grammar book, I'm going to work on my, you know, my grammar, obviously. What I have been doing, I went through the, I think it was like the getting started chapter, and it was like, you know, discovering what type of person you are. So I already know, like, I'm a plotter. I enjoy plotting. So the other things like dialogue and description aren't necessarily my forte. So I was looking at the different exercises that they had suggested doing. So one of the exercises for dialogue was to pick a word that you like, or pick a word you never heard of from the dictionary, and try to use it in a sentence or in a back and forth conversation between 2 characters. And the word that I chose was crestfallen, because I was watching what was I watching? I was watching the lies. Stop starting. I was watching a Netflix episode called The Hatchet Hitchhiker. I don't know. It's the #1, you know, thing right now on Netflix. And one of the guys says, I was so crestfallen when they found out that he was, you know, a suspect for like a murder attempt or whatever. And I was like, crestfallen. I like that word, and I didn't know what it was, but I could use it in context. But in the example, it was like, even if you don't know what a word is and you think you know based off of context clues of how the person said it, look up the word. So crestfallen does mean, you know, sad and downhearted or something. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to use the words crestfallen in like different sentences with different people, different dialogue. And one other thing that I thought I would do, it wasn't a recommendation, but it was interesting. I don't think I thought of it. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen this in someone else's video when they talk about discovering their characters. I'm gonna write three different letters in my character's point of view of a whole page, and them just describing how their life was, and then how their life is now, and how they want it to change by the end of the book. So I'm going to do that for Zadia, Kashari, and Adonaiah. So how they're starting off now, a letter to themselves, like literally, it's me writing a letter, my character is writing a letter to themselves really, but you know, I'm writing it in their voice, so I know their motivations deeper. Because I'm pretty sure when it comes to like the character development, making them feel, you know, lifelike and off the page, is to give them, or to make them sound more realistic, have them have wants, desires, needs, and all that shit that we talk about, that I watch videos about. I just need to do more of. So that's something I plan on doing. So the exercises were just using different vocabulary words that I like and putting them into dialogue, writing a letter to myself in my character's point of view, how they started off at the start of the novel and how they want to be at the end, you know. And then finally, once I get, when I get my my actual grammar book, I think I want to get set up like a baseline of how I feel like my writing is, and then I want to, you know, move up from there, you know, start off with like base points of, you know, the time I'm starting off, you know, by the halfway point of my 90-day of self-studying or whatever all I'm doing, you know, it's not up in the air, but you know, until I come up with something a little bit more finite. I know the broad scope is I need to work on my grammar. Like, I need to work on my grammar. Now, what about my grammar do I need to work on? Like, am I doing a lot of run-on sentences? Am I, you know, pausing awkwardly? Am I not using the correct punctuation points? They didn't get into detail with that. They just say I need to work on my grammar. So that can be a, you know, a whole menagerie of things, right? And, you know, starting off with the baby steps. Just writing what I think is the best sentence so far. I wonder if I could like submit them. They can like grade it online or something. I feel like there's so many ways to like, you know, test where you are. They probably have like an app or a website where it's like submit your work and you know the AI will grade it for you, you know, or something like that, and be like, you're at like, I don't know, like a C- with your English or your grammar right now. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm pretty sure I can find something like that. But yeah, so I'm really going to wrap up. I'm going to wrap up this vlog. I know it was not as entertaining and as eventful and as productive as I would have liked it to be. But, you know, it is what it is. And I still want to show this side because I find it frustrating when I look at my favorite authors. And I want to know their day-to-day life, like their struggles and all that stuff. And for some of the authors that I, you know, that I like, that I read, they kind of have, well, no, not really. They don't really have YouTube channels and all that. But I love watching people's YouTube channels. Like, I love to see people struggling with me, right? Like, because, you know, we're all human. And we're going on this big ass writing journey together, which I find very interesting. And I find will also, when I have finally finished my work, it would have built a community, you know, of people like, oh wow, Abriana came far as hell, and now she's a fully published best-selling author with her first book, and she has her, you know, the other two to go, you know. So like, it will only benefit me opening up and sharing my journey of like my writing process, the struggles, the back and forth, because I'm a back and forth wishy-washy type of person sometimes. And so I know that's something I have to work on. It's like sticking with something. And that's like my hardest thing. My inner self-critic kicks my ass every time. And it makes me, I am very, unhappy with some of the work that I do, and I know I just have to be happy with it and not edit. That was also one of the tips in the book. It was like, just draft, don't edit. Just draft, don't edit, and don't write fast, because you're gonna fuck up, right? Basically. So yeah, so that's the end of this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Share if you care. Tell me how your writing is going down below. Like I said, I'm starting on this self-learning journey. If y'all want me to post like videos of me just like studying with you guys, well, you know, like, you know how you follow along with people in their study sessions, I would love to do that, because that will motivate me to actually stay accountable. And from 8 to 10, or whenever I say I'm gonna like study and do my work, I'll film myself doing that, and then I'll just, you know, release it on YouTube or whatever. And then you guys can study along with me. It'll probably just be like a chilled video, you know, just mainly music, not me talking, but me just studying. So if y'all want that, let me know. And if y'all don't want that, I'm still gonna post that shit anyway, because somebody along the lines will want it, and I will be the person to give it to them. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna close out this video. I will see y'all next week.